I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Where did you come from? This is Stephanie from Apex Languages with another Vocabulario Vivo. Today, being the 29th of February, I wanted to start by teaching you the term for leap year, año bisiesto. Año bisiesto. Mainly, though, what we're here to talk about is where are you from? First, let's review what we've learned already. How would you say hello, how are you in Spanish? Hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está usted? After that, the person you're talking to replies, I am well, thank you. And you? How do you say that? Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted? Maybe you'll reply by giving your name. My name is Stephanie. How do you say that? Me llamo Stephanie. Then you ask them for their name. What is your name? ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo se llama usted? Let me go through that one more time. You can listen, you can repeat, you can pause your video and do both, all right? Hola, ¿cómo está? Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted? Me llamo Stephanie. ¿Cómo se llama usted? I'll do that one more time. Hola, ¿cómo está? Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted? Me llamo Stephanie. ¿Cómo se llama? So, now that we've discussed how you are and who you are, the next part that I'd like to talk about is where. Where are you from? Okay. And in Spanish, you would say, ¿de dónde es? ¿De dónde es usted? De means from. ¿Dónde means where. So the order's a little different, but you may have heard your grammar teacher a long time ago say, don't leave prepositions at the end of your sentence. This is a rule from Latin. It does not apply to the English language. In the English language, we love our prepositions to dangle at the end of our sentences. Nonetheless, Spanish is a Latin language. English is Germanic, Spanish is Latin. So they prefer to keep them together. They paid attention to their grammar teacher, unlike you guys. So you're going to put, what you're actually saying is from where are you? Okay? De donde es. That last part is the verb to be. Now, we've seen another verb like that already, estar. And at that time, I told you that Spanish has two verbs for to be, ser y estar. Here in this sentence, we use the usted form of ser, which is es. Let's take a quick look back at estar and remind ourselves how it is conjugated. I'm going to make you work for it, though. So tell me, what is the Spanish word for I? Yo or Joe. Remember that Y can be pronounced as a Y or a J, depending on where you are. So I'm going to say Joe. Okay. And then what is the Joe form, the first person singular form of estar? Estoy. So we looked at patterns, the AR pattern. The yo form usually ends in an O. Estoy is a little irregular, but it's got that O at the end. Yo estoy, or estoy. Next, you have you. How do you say you formally? Usted. Can you tell me how do you say it informally? It's not here on the chart, but tú. So tú y usted. Okay, but here we've got usted. What is the usted form of estar? Está. Okay. Yo estoy, usted está. So it ends in the A. Basically, you take the R off of estar, and you've got it. Again, estar is a little irregular, so you have the accents. Most of the time, you don't have the accent marks. The rest of this should be easy, okay? Tell me. He. How do you say he? Él. Okay. And how do you say he is? Él está. What about she? Ella or ella. Okay. And tell me what's the verb form, guys? Está. Ella está. So, yo estoy, usted está, él está, ella está. Now, what about ser? Like be in English, ser is the most messed up verb of them all. It's the most common. And the more common a word is, the more likely it is to be irregular. So I'm giving you the full breakdown of this verb so you can see all of its different forms. And then we'll look at the shorter list, okay? Yo soy, tú eres, usted es, él es, ella es, nosotros somos, ustedes son, ellos son, ellas son. But like I said, we're focusing right now on just these two basic forms, okay? So, yo soy, usted, él, ella, es. Let's compare these two side by side. You can see similarity. Soy, estoy, right? And es and está, okay? The ser gets very shortened. It's a very short form. Plus, keep in mind, I said that estar and llamar are both AR verbs because of the ending. Ser is technically an ER verb, and those usually end with an E at the end. Okay, we'll see that later. At the end of the day, really, it's an irregular verb. You have to memorize it, but this shouldn't be too tough to start with, right? So, soy, estoy, es, está. Okay, those are the two things for you to remember right now. Now, what is the difference between them? I'm going to go into more detail with practice next time. But the simple answer, the short answer, is that ser is used to describe things that are permanent, and estar is for things that are more temporary. So, estar, ¿cómo está? How are you feeling? Your feelings come and go all the time. 1 minute you're happy, 1 minute you're sad. On the other hand, ser, where are you from? Right? You're always going to be from one country or another. Where were you born, right? That's never going to change. So that's why we say de donde es. That's why we use ser in this sentence instead of estar. So let's go back to our conversation. Where are you from? De donde es? I am from, how do you think you would say it? Soy de. You know, just like in English, when you're doing a question, you switch things around a little bit. So now I'm going to put the verb first and then the preposition. Soy de, yo soy de. ¿De dónde? From where? So let's just go over some of these Spanish-speaking countries. First, we have Spain. But you don't say Spain, you say España. España. Obviously, this is where we get español. Although there in Spain, they call it castellano. You might hear that as a different word for the language, but español, so España. Soy de España. Most of the other countries don't really change their names as much, but they might be pronounced a little bit differently than what you remember. So let's go through them. Soy de México. Soy de México. Soy de Cuba. Soy de la República Dominicana. That one's hard. La República Dominicana. Soy de Puerto Rico. Soy de Belize. Soy de Guatemala. Soy de El Salvador. Soy de Honduras. Soy de Ecuador. Soy de Colombia. Soy de Venezuela. Soy de Nicaragua. Soy de Costa Rica. Soy de Panamá. Soy de Perú. Soy de Bolivia. Soy de Paraguay. Soy de Uruguay. Soy de Argentina. Y soy de Chile. Are you from one of those countries? Or are you from the United States? Well, if you are, you would say soy de los Estados Unidos. Soy de los Estados Unidos. Literally, United States. So now let's practice. How would you respond to this question? Hola, ¿cómo se llama? Me llamo Stephanie. You obviously probably would not answer the same. What is your name? That person would likely respond, mucho gusto. Mucho gusto means nice to meet you. Repeat after me. Mucho gusto. Mucho gusto means much pleasure. It's a pleasure, right? Mucho is a lot. Then they ask, ¿y de dónde es? How would you respond to that? Soy de los Estados Unidos. One thing you might notice is that Estados Unidos is not capitalized. The Spanish don't capitalize things like that. So your nationality or the country, it's all lowercase. So that's a little different, but the least of your worries right now. Repeat after me one more time. Soy de los Estados Unidos. Wherever you're from and wherever you're going, thank you for watching my videos. Check out more at apexlanguages.com and have a wonderful day.